Waiting for that first mistake. Don't come up missing. Don't get it twisted. I'm not Rihanna, but boy, you a goner. You right on my hit list. Keeping my distance. Just checking the listings. I'm always aware of your current position. I just hold out to the perfect conditions. Coming alive. Heat of the night. Now is the time.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are around the world, to my fitness fraternity, sending positive vibes and energy here on a fantastic Friday afternoon in sensational Sydney, Australia. I'm currently sitting here at Alpha Team Gym in Strathfield, and I'm 9 weeks out from the very first ever WBFF Australian PRO-Am. Nervous, excited, apprehensive, but determined. I'm experiencing a wide range of different emotions at this particular point of time in my prep, and yet I still have 9 weeks to go. But complacency kills, and the last thing I can afford to be is complacent and unprepared in the lead up to show day. Consequently, I'm doing everything I possibly can right now to ensure that I bring my best package to the stage come October 13th. Over the next few weeks, I'm going to provide you with an insight into my competition prep. From the strategies inherent in my training and nutrition, right through to my mindset and the psychology required of an athlete to get into stage-ready condition to strut the WBFF stage. But enough chit-chat, let's take some action.
Work it, make it, do it, makes us harder, better, faster, stronger.
Yes, I have had mixed experiences with Tiger Balm, but one of the fundamental reasons why I use it both for lower body days and upper body days, just to heat up the area that I'm training, often shoulders as well, and elbows, especially when I'm pressing heavy, just to warm the target areas up and avoid injury. So I started my prep a number of weeks ago, and by my own admission, it was a relatively slow start. I think I was trying to readapt to the whole comp prep lifestyle. I did compete in Los Angeles in April, and doing back-to-back shows can be quite taxing, not just physically, but also mentally. And I think I really just needed to kickstart the engine again psychologically. Just a couple of behavioural changes when it came to tracking, but after an initial 2-week period of being a little bit more stringent, a little bit more accountable with both my training and nutrition, I'm well and truly on a roll now. So I've only had a relatively short off-season, if you can call it that, considering the fact that I did compete in LA in April. Very short turnaround, and I wouldn't normally be an advocate of doing back-to-back shows or back-to-back seasons, but with the opportunity to step on the pro stage in my own backyard, it was an opportunity that I couldn't pass up. Having said that, in terms of the strategy during my period off, I was focusing on increasing my calorie intake, and prioritising weak points on my physique, specifically my chest and deltoids. I think I looked at a number of photos from the competition in comparison to those that placed higher, and it's quite evident that V-taper, wide lats but a very full chest and full deltoids are going to prove to be the difference between those that place highest and those that are middle of the range. So I'm prioritising weak points there, and that'll mean that I spent less time focusing on my strengths, which means less time spent training legs. I'm not sure how I feel about that, but you need to fit the criteria, you need to fit the category, and it's something that I'm constantly doing, is looking at the consistent trends from those that are placing highest, especially on the world stage, because that provides me with a benchmark of the key characteristics required to get success in the fitness model category. See, still have the brain capacity at this particular point in time to determine whether or not handles match.
Thoughts?
That's what he says. People need to understand is how much Robbie can actually turn up the dial. Like a lot of people won't appreciate that, right? Because they see you and they'll think that, like, you know, that you're how do you say, that you're always consistent and all that sort of stuff, and you know, you're a pretty rigid guy when you look at the scope of things.
Yeah.
You operate up here, and most people operate with a lot more flexibility than you. But when Robbie turns it on, the amount of things that he starts to micromanage is crazy.
And that's where it's important
To have perspective.
to have someone, to provide you with perspective when you get too caught up in the minor details. Mind you, during my off season, you turn the volume down.
Yeah, it's just, to be fair though, I mean, that's part of what makes him a really good athlete, right? So it's that mindset of always looking for not what the basement or the baseline requirement is, it's what's looking for what's optimal, and that's what he's got.
Coming alive. Heat of the night. Now is the time. Don't try to hide, 'cause I'm gonna.
Alright, so just finished up a very nice productive push session focusing on chest, shoulders and triceps. Feeling relatively confident at this particular point in time, but the confidence comes from having the right guidance. So currently 9 weeks out, but 7 weeks out because we want to be 2 weeks.
In my head, I'm counting to 7. I don't care about the other 2. I just want to get him ready early.
Get there ready early.
And then we've got a plan.
Guys, I want to take you on this journey to the stage, so please make sure that you subscribe, make sure that you leave a comment below with any of your questions regarding my competition prep, and stay tuned.
Watch this kid.
Perfect dish coming alive.